Happy 4th of July, everybody. Now, we're going to get into a discussion here in just a minute on what I'm going to call the state of the country as I see it. But first, I want to show y'all that all the leather finished up. Tuesday was a bad day for me, health-wise. I didn't feel good. I didn't even leave the house. I went from my bed to the bathroom to the recliner back to bed. Now, I have those days every once in a while, not nearly as much as I used to, but blood pressure was up, out of control. Couldn't control my heart rate. The more I moved around, the worse it got. I finally got calmed down. Yesterday was somewhat better, not a lot better, but I did manage to get all the leather done, and Mama stitched up over half of this for me. So there we go. Everything I showed y'all in the last video is sold except for the 2 Damascus knives. And I look back at the video, I'm not sure I got a good picture of the pattern. You can really see it. See, maybe you can see that. That is 416 layer Damascus from Alabama Damascus, the rattlesnake pattern. I still got to put a snap on this one on the dagger. I'll do that at some point today. Let's see what else we got right quick. Mean Gene, thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's exactly what I need right there. It has lots of pictures in it. I can deal with pictures. Now, this thing has pictures, part numbers, everything I need. That's exactly what I needed. Thank you very much. And I will get something on the way to you here shortly. I'm working on another new design for an everyday carry based off of a very famous design from a famous maker. I'm not going to copy it exactly, but and we'll see more about that probably the first of next week. Now, like I said, this the 4th of July today. We are not going anywhere. There's too many crazy people out there. So let me get the camera set down. I'll be right back, and we'll get into our discussion on the state of the country as I see it, which I don't do a lot of these, but I feel it's time to do one. I'll be right back. Now, to our discussion, what I'd like to talk about. We all know it's the 4th of July. Let's not forget what that means. What our ancestors went through to form this country. What so many hundreds of thousands of people have went through from then to this point. Military, civilians, all branches, all people, all walks of life that want to be Americans. You got to fight for it. And what I see now, I don't watch what you call binge watch. Constantly watch the media. Constantly watch these YouTube channels, which some people call conspiracy channels and all that. I don't watch it all the time, but I do keep an eye on every other day or so. Now, the TV service I have, I don't get mainstream news. I don't get Fox News. I don't get CNN and all that, because you have to pay extra for that. The TV I get is like entertainment. I think it's like $14 a month, which is all we can afford around here. So, and the mainstream media and the news and all those people, they're not going to tell you anything anyway. Not really. unless something really bad was to happen. But I have seen a lot of video here lately, mainly on YouTube. And anybody that wants to discount YouTube, I know there's a lot of people out there do. I know one guy, a good friend of mine, but you mentioned YouTube, oh, that's a bunch of bull, you know. But people like that don't know what YouTube is. They don't know where to go or what to watch and all that kind of stuff. But this Antifa group in the big cities, the latest one I saw was in Portland, Oregon. I think Portland, Oregon, or Portland somewhere. They attacked an old man, busted him up. They attacked another guy that was a journalist. And these groups are all over the place, but mainly in the big liberal snowflake cities. Now, if you don't like what I'm going to say, go ahead and leave now. So, let me put that out there. But a lot of people will also say, well, it don't affect me where I live. Well, yes, it does. Because these big cities, these groups are formed, and they do what they want to. They beat up people, they hurt people, in some cases they kill people. And it's tolerated by the police. Look at some pictures from Los Angeles, New York City, Portland, big cities in Texas. Look at the filth, the drug use, the violence, and all this stuff. Just take a look. You gotta go through some videos and look at it. It's there. It's real. The border crisis, that's a whole different thing. We've got Congress people that go up there, or go down there, and blatantly lie about what's going on. The Border Patrol, the officials and all, are right now, last I saw, are trying to get permission to release what actually happens compared to what this little dingbat down there says. The bartender, y'all know who I'm talking about. You can't call any names. If you call a name, you will be banned on YouTube if it is something against what they think. Most of us know that. But the point of it is, if you let them get away with it in the big cities, they're going to spread out. They're going to keep going. And keep going and keep going and keep going. Now, in small town America, where I live, and where a lot of y'all live, that junk ain't gonna fly. Fireworks ceremony tonight, or the display in Milton, Florida. Let a dozen of those Antifa groups go down to the fireworks in Milton, Florida, and try to beat up somebody. See what happens. Not just here. Cold Grove, Ohio. Xenia, Illinois. These are places I've been. Bruton, Alabama. Small towns. I'm not talking about big cities. Because big cities are, you know, they can have a group in one area and everybody's scared of them, and then nobody's going to do anything. So another video, it was overseas somewhere. I didn't watch the entire thing, but there were some rappers overseas somewhere, and they dared to go into a no-zone area controlled by Muslims. Muslims live there. The police won't go there. They have taken over that part of the country. These little guys tried to attack these rappers. Well, pardon my language, they got their asses handed to them in a bucket. They got whooped. Now, just imagine in your town, in us small town America, one of those groups coming in and trying to attack people. And you notice they only attack, most of the time, they attack older people, people who look like targets. and everybody else just stands there. Now, if I'm downtown and somebody attacks an old man, an old woman, or a woman, period, you think I'm going to stand there? Are you going to stand there? 99% of y'all I know, you're not going to stand there. You're going to step in. Now, chances are we're going to go to jail. But, you know, that's okay. I've never been in jail in my life. I'd sort of like to see what the inside of one looks like. But, well, I do know what one looks like. Because when I was very young, I worked for a pest control company and I had to spray for bugs, you know, roaches and all, inside the prison camp up in, used to be up in Cantonment, Florida. I guess it's still up there. And believe it or not, I saw half the people I went to school in there. But, and when I sprayed the kitchen, those guys eat mighty good. But from what I could see. But anyway, what I'm trying to say without being harsh about it is, well, harsh, I don't care about being harsh, but without saying bad words, we cannot let this scum take over. You got to stand your ground, fight back, and chances are we would be the ones to be punished. We know that. And I'm to the point now to where I'm not going to travel from here to a big city to fight these people. Not my job. That's your job in the big cities to fight those people in your community. They come to my community, yes, we're going to fight them. And chances are, before I can get there, and my friends can get there, somebody else is going to get there. And I'm very disheartened on what's going on in the political world. And I know most of y'all saw Nike shoes. They put the original 13 colony flag on a pair of shoes, and that little excuse me, how can I put it family friendly? This jerk, Colin Kaepernick, the one that wears knee pads because he's too scared to stand up, he's got to get on his knees. He complained and they pulled the shoes. Did you believe that? Absolutely ridiculous. I have not watched the NFL. I have not watched basketball, hockey, baseball, even NASCAR, nothing. Since all this politically correct garbage happened, I don't watch it, I don't support it. I know they don't care. My little view on TV or my little dollar to buy a t-shirt doesn't matter to them. I understand that. But it's going to take all of us to stand up to these people and put a stop to this crap. Now, I am a Trumper. I am a supporter of President Trump. He is trying everything he can do to stop this. But he's got opposition. And two, if you're a Democrat, you believe in the Democrat way, go ahead and leave now. I'm not going to fuss with you. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to discuss anything with you. Leave now. Even half of the Republicans up there run their mouth. They won't support him. This and that and the other. Even without all that support, the country is 10 times better off than it was under the last Democratic administration. And that's all I'll say about that. Pardon me. Who is still out there running off at the mouth, bad-mouthing our country, bad-mouthing the president, bad-mouthing anything he can about America. Now, folks, I'm sick of it. I'm really tired of it. Now, I'm not going looking for a fight. but I will tell you I won't back down from one. And I encourage y'all not to back down from one. Every town has us older guys like me. Some of us are veterans, some of us are not. That doesn't make any difference. And the only thing that will stop us from protecting ourselves, protecting our country, our families, is to stand up and don't be scared. On the battlefield, things that will get you killed is being scared, being unorganized, and panicking. Keep a cool head about you. Do what you got to do. If it comes your way, take care of it. Don't let it spread and spread and spread. And hang on just a minute, I'll be right back. Alright, where was I? Anyway, let's get to the bottom line. We cannot allow the things that's going on in this country to keep going on. Illegals coming across the border. I've seen plenty of stories where they get $1,800 to $2,500 up to $3,000 a month Social Security and welfare. Illegals can't speak English, don't have jobs, don't want jobs. I worked all my life. My wife worked all her life. As far as benefits, we have to jump through hoops and can't get anything. In the health that we are in, can't get nothing. And these people walks across the border and just, here you go, take this Social Security money that I paid in for almost 30 years. My wife paid in for over 20 years. My mom and dad, when they retired, Dad came down with cancer. He retired. He paid taxes all his life. Him and my mother got $800 a month for his Social Security. That's all they got. And then they come out with the Medicaid from the state, and they got a partial of that, just a little bit, not much. And they struggled. I worked 12 to 15 hours a day to take care of my family, and whatever I had left, I gave to my parents to help take care of them. Now, my father-in-law was in a little bit better situation because he was a union member and he had a good pension. But for the everyday American, especially a senior citizen nowadays, nothing. And I'm considered a senior citizen nowadays. So is my wife. It's sad. It really is. But that's just some thoughts that I have. And if I've offended any of you, oh well. I was taught years ago, never apologize for being right and speaking your opinion. So there you go. I saw it. I see it all the time. I saw it the other day. So, well, as Christians, I'm sorry what I said. I didn't mean to offend you because you're illegal. Do not be apologetic for speaking your mind and being right. Being a Christian has nothing to do with it. I pray every day. I know a lot of y'all do. Does it do any good? I don't know. It doesn't appear to be a lot of times, because the stuff is getting worse and worse and worse. There's military conflicts that close to happening. If you're not a prepper, if you don't have food prepped up, stored up, and all that, y'all need to take a look at that. We need to take a look at that. We don't have nearly what we did because we had to do, dip into our preps. And we don't have money around here. Not for much. So we can't stock up big. Now, I had somebody else told me I was working on a boat project. Why are you doing all that for a toy? Well, that boat is not a toy. That is a way to get food. I can live off the river excuse me, by myself. I'm talking about surviving. I can survive off the river. But everybody here around my family, everybody don't eat fish. Everybody won't eat what I do. So that's got to be supplemented. But the boat is not a toy, and that is a way to get food. I can fish out of it. I can hunt out of it. And it can be used as a toy if that's what you want. That's not the reason for it. And that's one reason too that I've slowed down on it, and I'm not working on it right this minute because I don't have the funds to do it. And also I can put the old boat in the water and go do what I need to do if I have to. So thought I'd clear that up right quick. And that person has been banned and blocked from my channel. So, in a very nice way to put it, shut up. Anyway, I just felt like I had to get something off my chest this morning and say a few things about how I feel, what I think the state of the country is. And I think overall in small town America it's good, but let's not let these idiots spread out and spread out. What did Barney Fife used to say? Nip it in the bud. And that's what we need to do. And if it takes violence to do it, well, they're very violent against us, against people they don't agree with. Fight fire with fire. Eye for an eye, cheek for a cheek. Y'all know all about that? So I'll leave it right there. It is about 8:30 in the morning, 8:40, something like that. Excuse me, I need to get out and do a little bit outside before it gets too much hotter. I've got to vacuum the truck. On the driver's side, I can just about plant some potatoes in there. And I take pride in my 95 Chevrolet truck. It's one of the cleanest 95s you'll ever see. All original, everything inside and all that neat stuff. And don't you say it. You know who you are. Don't make me come to Texas. But, also, the kids for Father's Day, I forgot to mention this last week or so. They got me a big storage bin, waterproof camping type thing, which I can fit all the stuff that's in the back of the truck, in the back seat. My get home bag, my survival bags, all that stuff. I can fit all that in there and put it in the back so it's out of the way. So I'm going to work on that today. And before I pack up all these knives for final shipment, which will be tomorrow, I'll probably do that late tonight, and I'll show them to you one last time. And other than that, y'all have a great 4th of July. If you want to get out and celebrate, don't be ashamed, don't be scared. We are not going anywhere. We're going to stay right here. My daughter and her family, they are in the backwoods of Kentucky for a couple of weeks visiting family. Ricky Jr. him and his wife are leaving for their yearly anniversary trip. And they won't be back till Monday, I think. Baby girl is doing whatever she's going to do. Joseph and his wife are going down to the fireworks at the beach. So it's going to be just me and Mama here. So I'm quite sure we'll find something to argue about. So I've done something wrong this week, guarantee you. I don't know what it is, but I'll find out after a while. When she sees this, I'm going to get whooped. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support. Happy 4th of July. Like I said, don't forget what that means. And I will see y'all in a couple of days.